guess I'm going to start with, how does a successful Hollywood executive, you basically could have done anything you want with your life and your career, but you jump into Web3, blockchain, the metaverse, this crazy new world with all these crazy kids doing crazy things. We jumped in a couple years ago. Why do that? Because you could have done anything you wanted in Hollywood. Why?
It's a good question. Because I get asked that a lot. But I looked at Web3 several years ago, and it was a head scratcher for me. I saw the blockchain technology. I saw how it could be a game changer. But what I started to look around the landscape, what I saw was, if I'm politically correct, I would say mediocre content, average, mostly below average. And let me just even be honest, I'll just say junk. Not from digital artists, because art is art. And you've got to put that aside. But when you start looking at intellectual properties in the world of entertainment, TV, film, TV and movies and music and sports, which were making their way into the blockchain and Web3, it was just a regurgitation of shit. It was just like, well, why do you need an NFT of that? Why does that need to be on Web3? Why does that have to be on the blockchain? And what I started to realize was, wait a minute, isn't this world, or shouldn't this world also be a content play? Isn't this about, we know that the cliche is content is king, right? So why wasn't that happening on the blockchain? Why wasn't that happening in Web3? And that's how I made the transition, where I saw that I've been a TV and film producer for nearly 25 years, creating a high end. I built a 3D digital design studio with our chief creative officer, Dante Ferrini, for more than 20 years. How do we move that into Web3? How do we bring excitement and engage a fan through the content play? And so it wasn't that much of a leap when you think about it. It is in what most people are doing in Web3, because they're not thinking content. They're thinking speculative. They're thinking about, the utility and community to projects, which are important, by the way, but they're not thinking what's maybe driving that first and foremost. And to me, it was, shit, should an NFT or Web3 be any different than a great movie or a great song or a great poem or a great book? No. And that's how I made the move over.
And it shows right away, like when we started seeing the content you produce. And for anybody watching us, just hold on, because we're going to be showing off some of your work.
Some cool stuff.
Right away, you're like, wow, okay, these guys are here to create something amazing, beautiful, that's I'm going to want to have for the rest of my life.
Right.
Like, this is something I want to own, I want to collect, I want to watch, I want to rewatch. It wasn't something that felt like it was being created to sell and then sell more.
That's right.
And it's weird. You can feel that within the first 5-10 seconds.
I appreciate that. And look, not just that. What we want to do is have it be serve a purpose. So the content is building to something larger, greater. Whether it's a Web3 game, we bought a Web3 gaming company this past year, Mint State Labs, and brought them into Orange Comet. We saw this as driving and engaging fans in a different way. And that is the perspective that I believe needs to take over for Web3. So it builds and expands the base beyond the enthusiasts, which are critical. You have to still appeal to the Web3 enthusiasts. But the question is, how do you get an everyday fan of The Walking Dead or an entertainment property to come into this space? Because it's so new, right? We're in a nascent industry, but the opportunity is so massive. But what's going to drive them? What's going to excite them? It's not just going to be about a piece of work that you say, well, this is a drawing of something, and by the way, now you're part of the club. I don't think that's it. I think it's more like I'm engaged in a different way as a fan, and now I can up my fandom in a way and get into the world of Web3, which is what we're looking to do. We're looking to bridge the gap by taking massive entertainment properties and bring the everyday fan and still appeal to the crypto and core enthusiasts already in this space.
And you're doing it fast, because I first saw your NFT pieces, and then I kind of blinked my eyes, and you had acquired Mint, and you're all of a sudden building metaverses. So these NFTs now plug into these massive metaverses, and I've seen them. We're going to show a few clips later, but you're already going into that phase
in a big way, because the virtual world, this metaverse is an interesting term, because I'm not I'm not necessarily a big fan of it because I think it's a little confusing for the everyday person. Like, what's the metaverse? Where does this shit live? How do I get there? And so people don't. I'm trying to dumb it down and say, look, these are virtual environments, and we're living in a digital world, a digital age. Who we are, what we are on social media. Our representation is no different than what we are in real life. You're a beautifully dressed man wearing a 3-piece suit with a gorgeous tie. I'm the guy wearing a John Varvatos, cashmere sweater. This is who we make a statement about ourselves. So being in the virtual world also is a statement of ourselves, right? So we want these platforms to basically be easy to get into as a general fan of the space, not feel like, oh my God, I got to understand what a metaverse is all about. That's scary stuff for a lot of people.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. Hey, do you want to profit from crypto? Then join my DeFi Academy. The Crypto DeFi Academy will help you create generational wealth. But don't take my word for it. Listen to my students.
When I first got into crypto, I remember thinking to myself, I need to learn more. Brian Rose, learning crypto, learning DeFi, gotta do it.
I am so grateful that I jumped in and did this. I had to break through some limiting beliefs that I can do this, that I can afford this, that I can be in this.
It challenges the things that are deeply rooted within us.
Joining DeFi Academy has been one of the best decisions I have made on my blockchain journey.
This course was a life changer, a game changer, a huge eye-opener, coming from knowing practically nothing at the speed of the learning over 4 weeks was just fantastic.
The information you provided in this class was invaluable.
I feel far more confident in my next steps.
You took complex concepts and made them easier to understand.
What's different than so many other ones is it just doesn't tell you what to do. It actually makes you do it.
This is for people who are serious about becoming traders. This is the way it should be done.
I realized from this learning experience again that it is not about what you learn, but about who you learn it from.
The energy was insane. I've never experienced such incredible energy on a live call. Brian Rose, you are a legend, my friend.
It's the only thing in the market where you can get all information and learn everything what you need to know.
Everything is so clear and so well done, and I am just forever grateful for this program.
It made me feel so much more confident about crypto than I did before.
I did not anticipate how passionate I was going to become about it.
It's also been like a big learning experience for me, not just in the crypto space, but just an overall balance of life.
What I've learned is, how to take ownership, of my life in a way that I really hadn't before.
Yeah, you can't put a price on that, really.
I would recommend it to anybody, top notch.
Excellence does not come cheap. So if you want excellence, you got to pay for it, but it's so worth it.
Pull the trigger. That's what this course is about.
You're not going to regret it, really. It's amazing.
Thank you, Brian and team.
So what are you waiting for? Crypto is happening now. Click the link below, submit your application, and let me mentor you on how to create generational wealth and build the decentralized financial infrastructure of the future.